Big delay in the murder trial of a former Portsmouth police officer, Stephen Rankin.
Rankin is accused of shooting and killing 18-year-old William Chapman last spring outside a Walmart. The trial was supposed to start next month. Now it's pushed back until August. 10 on your side's Deanna LeBlanc was in court for the hearing today and has the latest from the WAVY newsroom. Deanna?
Yeah, Anita, the delay is because 3 of the Commonwealth's witnesses, including one expert witness, cannot make the March 21st start date. Now, the defense did not object to this motion, but the two sides squared off over a different motion. The Commonwealth's attorney asked the judge to keep uniformed police officers out of the courtroom. About a half dozen police officers showed up in uniform today at former Portsmouth police officer Stephen Rankin's motion hearing. Commonwealth's attorney Stephanie Morales says the presence of the officers is, quote, stifling. Morales told the judge the presence of officers in uniform who may not actually be on duty would intimidate a jury and bolster the credibility of a man charged with murder.
If they're working, they're wearing their uniform, we understand that. But at the same time, we do not, no way and no form, want the jury to be afraid of the officers, too many officers being in there.
Morales wants only 10 uniformed officers in the court, sitting in groups of 3 or less. The defense argued that any limitations could infringe upon First Amendment rights.
Based on all of the research I did, there is no precedent in a situation like this.
Judge Morrison did not rule on the motion today, saying he had to think about what could happen if he rules in favor, if he'd then have to limit supporters of the victim or screen police officers to see if those in uniform were actually on duty. Morales also wants Morrison to rule that Stephen Rankin cannot talk about William Chapman's alleged shoplifting at Walmart on the stand. She says it would bias the jury to think Chapman was violent. The defense disagrees, saying removing that detail would sanitize the day's events.
You can't start the story in the last chapter. The jury has a right to know from the beginning to the end so they can put everything into context.
Now, the judge did not rule on that motion today either, saying both would take time to think over. But again, the big news, the trial is now pushed back for 5 more months until August. In the newsroom, I'm Deanna LeBlanc, 10 on your side.